What we got there? 36%. Man, that 4K eats the battery. I used to have this camera set on 1080 and I switched it to 4K earlier, and it's cruises through battery in 4K. Probably gonna have to switch it back. But anyway, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today I'm gonna do part 2 of my lighter pack gear series, I guess. A buddy of mine asked me what I was going to do for food prep and food on the PCT, so this video I'm going to go over food storage, or just kind of food prep in general, toiletries, and temporary gear. So I'm going to get right into it. It'll be the same as last time. I'm going to go through each item, changes, if any, that might get made, and include a weight. So for food and water, the first item is the food bag with bear hang kit. The food bag is just a Dyneema bag. I don't know the size. I want to say 15 liters, but I'm not really sure. And then it has another smaller bag that the line is in. It's just like a real thin Dyneema wax line with a carabiner. So that comes in at 3.1 ounces. My particular bag is pretty worn out, so I might replace the bag, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. If I do replace it, it's going to be with the exact same one. So 3.1 ounces, if I didn't say that. The next item is a Sea to Summit long handle spork, 0.39 ounces. I've had that forever. I don't see myself ever changing from that. Maybe try a spoon, depending on, what I'm planning on eating on any given trip, but I've had that forever. I plan on keeping it forever going forward, I guess. Alright, so next item is water storage. I have 4 Essentia 1 liter water bottles at 1.48 ounces each. Those probably will get switched. I doubt they'll last the whole trip, although it's surprising how long a water bottle can last, like just a regular plastic water bottle. So we'll see. But also water storage, I plan on going anywhere from 2 to 6 or 7 liters depending on where I am. So I know parts in the desert, there's like some 20-mile water carries. I'm probably going to want 6 or 7. So I'm going to add and subtract water storage as needed. But for the purpose of lighter pack and getting my base weight, I'm sticking with 4 Essentia 1 liter bottles. The next item is water filter. I'm using the LifeStraw Peak Solo. I do have a Sawyer that I didn't really like. There's no real reason I didn't like it. I just bought it and didn't really like it. So I decided to switch to the Peak Solo. That is 1.69 ounces. If that freezes and breaks or just kind of gets too slow, I'll switch to the Sawyer, but I plan on using the LifeStraw for now. From there we have the pot. I'm using a Toke 750 milliliter pot with a bag and half of a light load towel. That comes in at 4.59 ounces. The stove is the BRS 1000T. That's 0.99 ounces. I don't plan on changing my stove, but I might add a windscreen to this, just a little bit of tinfoil. In fact, I most likely will, because that thing is terrible in the wind. But for now, that's not on here. But if I bring it, it will be. I'll add it. So anyway, BRS 1000T, 0.99 ounces. The gas can for that, I'm just going by the MSR claimed weight. That is 3.5 ounces. And finally, for food prep is a lighter, just a mini Bic, 0.39 ounces. Alright, so moving on to toiletries. There's a lot of small items here. So yeah, let's dive right in, I guess. So toilet paper, technically that's a consumable, but I do like to have a record in my lighter pack because I will always have toilet paper, so I want some amount showing up in my lighter pack. So yeah, toilet paper 2 ounces. My trowel is the Deuce number 2, 0.6 ounces. Toothbrush with paste. I will probably change that toothbrush because that's just one of those like store in its case or whatever travel toothbrushes. But right now that's what I have. 1.59 ounces. Purell hand sanitizer, 1.06 ounces. First aid and gear repair. There's a lot of small items in there, but that is 0.67 ounces. The bag that all of this stays in is just a Ziploc freezer bag. That is 0.42 ounces. My knife is the small Victorinox, just a small pair of scissors, a small knife blade, a file, toothpick, and tweezers. And there's something else on there, but I can't remember what. But anyway, 0.74 ounces. I do have an extra strength light load towel, which is 0.67 ounces. A massage ball, which is, I just picked up the 1.9 inch Rology cork ball, 0.74 ounces. And finally, my wallet, which is just my license, a credit card, and my PCT permit, which is just going to be an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And that is 0.53 ounces. Temporary gear. So this stuff I'm not including in my base weight, but it is pretty heavy. So I do want a record that I'll be carrying it, but none of this will be with me the entire trip. Some of it will be with me for hundreds of miles, but it won't be with me the whole way. So I didn't want it in my base weight. But anyway, I have a pair of Catula micro spikes, size large. Those are 13.33 ounces. I have my Camp Corsa Ice Axe, which is 8 ounces. I have the Bear Vault 475, 36 ounces. I have some New Skin, which is 1.5 ounces. If you don't know what New Skin is, it is a blister game changer. I plan on starting the trail with it, but as soon as my feet are kind of acclimated, I'm going to get rid of it. And then if I get blisters, throughout the trail, I will decide if I need to get any kind of blister treatment from there. But for the most part, I don't really have problems with blisters. So once I get past like the initial break-in phase, I'm going to ditch the New Skin. Same with the Gold Bond. Should help with any kind of chafing that's going on, just kind of end of the day. But again, once I'm past the break-in period, I'll probably get rid of that. And if I need it again at any point, I will pick some up at a resupply. And finally, same with the sunscreen. I just have just a small bottle of sunscreen. That is the same deal as the New Skin and Gold Bond. Once I'm kind of tanned up and used to the sun, I'll probably ditch that. And if I feel like I need sunscreen at any point, I'll pick it up as needed. And then below that, eat, drink. So food, water. These are just weights that I had from a trip this summer. And I decided to leave them on there just to kind of give me a rough idea of what I'll be carrying for food and water at any given time. So that is going to do it for the lighter pack. So my buddy did ask me about food, what I'd be carrying for food. So let's get right into that.